So what we had discussed in our last session is we had discussed about inheritance and prototyping in JavaScript, right? Inheritance and prototyping in JavaScript. So in few classes, we are going to finish the JavaScript concepts entirely. Few of the important topics to be covered here are like hoisting. What is hoisting? What is currying? What is function currying? Then what is what? You are having also set timeout and set interval, right? We are going to discuss it today. Okay. Other than that, we are going to talk about closure today. Okay, fine. So in our past sessions, what we had discussed about all the concept in JavaScript, inheritance, prototyping. Then we had discussed about like ES6 concept and like how you are going to define arrow function, how it is different. So can someone tell me what is the difference between arrow function and a normal function, other than is its way of like writing this? Then we'll be going to hoisting today. Okay, so let me this the reducer. Okay, now for example, say I am having a normal function, right? I'm having a normal function here. Function. Okay, function, normal function. This is a normal function. Say just let it. Okay, inside this I am having say console dot log. Okay, I'm printing this. What it is going to print? If I'll be invoking this function, what it is going to give me? What is it is going to give the output? Console.log. This, if I'm printing this is referring to which object? This is referring to window object, correct? Yes or no? This is referring to window object, because if I am printing here window object, see, you can see this window object that it is giving me window object. Likewise, if I am printing this, then also it gives me window object. Yes or no? So by default, whatever you are declaring, any variable you declare, now it is window object, right? If I am expanding this window object, okay, see here. Now I want to declare a variable A. I want to declare a variable A, var A. Okay, var A equals to say, for example, 5. Now, if I print A, I'm getting 5. Where this is occupying memory? Where it is occupying memory? Where it is being registered, in which object you can find this? It is getting created somewhere, right? If I go to window object, see inside this, see here, A equals to 5. That means whatever the variable you are declaring, whatever the functions you are declaring, you are having a function fun, right? You are having a function fun. Go and check if you are having that function here. Go and check if you are having a function. Yes, it is a function. This is a function you have defined. Yes or no? So that means whatever functions, whatever the variables we are declaring, okay, they are by default, they are getting created inside window object. Okay. Now, if I am having an arrow function, so what was the function we had? Isn't this is the function? If I want to write the same function as an arrow function, how I can write? Just I will take this much. Yes or no? Just I will take this much. Okay, copy this one and put it right, and in between them put an arrow. This is the arrow function. Yes or no? But as it is anonymous, as there is no name for this, an anonymous function cannot be invoked. Anonymous function has two purposes, right? Anonymous function has two purposes. What they are used for? Can you just tell me? In our past sessions we had discussed, anonymous function can be used for two purposes. One is it has to be a first class function. Yes or no? What is a first class function? What is a first class function? In JavaScript, it allows us to assign a function to a variable. When you assign a function to a variable, then such kind of functions are called first class function. Yes or no? Now this function, if I am going to assign it to var A, then how I am going to invoke this? A. Okay, let me rename it. Let me refresh it. Because we had already just assigned it. Okay, var function. So if you are assigning this, then can you invoke this function like this? Can you invoke this function like this? See, I'm doing that. It is telling fun is not defined. Why? Because you are assigning this to A. Now using A, you can invoke this. Using A, you can invoke this. See, it is printing the window object. That means there is no point of having this name if you are assigning this function. Okay, but you cannot call it by its name. You cannot invoke. Then what is the point of having it? So it is better to have it as an anonymous function only, because no way this name is going to help you. So I can do this, yes or no, or I can go ahead and I can just put something else here. Hi all, right? Hi all. Okay, hi all. So in this case, I'll be invoking this like this. Hi all. If I'm going to have window object, in this case, what it is going to give me? It is giving A. See, A is now no more a variable. It is holding a function. See here, it is holding a function, right? This is holding a function that is inside window object, right? So this kind of functions are called first class function, where a function is assigned to a variable. So an anonymous function can be a first class function, and an anonymous function can be a callback function. What is a callback function, guys? When I'm having a function fun, okay, or fun1, or say my fun, okay, my fun. Inside this, I'm passing an argument here, say f, yes, and I'm invoking it inside this. Now what this argument is? This argument is a function. Only in JavaScript you can pass a function as an argument. Do you find such kind of situation in C, C++, Java? No, right? You can send a function as an argument to another function. Yes or no? And such kind of functions which are passed as an argument to another function are called callback function. So f is a callback function here. And which function allows, or which function accept a function as an argument, is called a higher order function. It is my function is a higher order function. So how many things we learned? We learned anonymous function. We learned first class function. We learned callback function. We learned higher order function. Yes or no? This is a quick recap. Then before going to hoisting, I am discussing this because we will be discussing about something else soon, which are related to this. Okay. Now, so your my fun is now going to accept what? My fun is going to accept another function. So I can define a function hello inside this, and I can pass and here say console.log I am a callback function. I'm a callback function, right? So in this case, what will happen when you invoke? This is a function invocation, right? How you have defined a function, you are invoking it now. But while invoking, you are passing another function. You can pass another function. I can pass a also here. See, this is a function, right? I can pass a also here. So if I pass a, it is telling hi also. Yes or no? If I'm writing my function and I'm defining my anonymous function, okay, so it is I'm passing as function hello. Then also it is giving I am a callback. If I'm passing it as anonymous function, because it is of no use, the name is of no use. If I'm passing a function without name, this is called an anonymous function. Then also it is going to give me. So there is no change in this. So there is no point of giving a name here. So this function is an anonymous function. Now, so what and all things you have learned so far? You learned a first class function. You learned a callback function. You learned a higher order function. You learned an anonymous function. Yes or no? Then after that, we will see how it happens in arrow function. So I am going to create one more. Okay. So see here now. So what we had written in that function, this is the simplest function we had discussed about, right? This is the simplest function. Now, if this one I have to make it arrow function, what I will do? In between, I'll put an arrow. Yes or no? No need of function keyword. These are boilerplate codes. We can remove this. This also can be removed, but I'm keeping it because it is an anonymous function, and to call it further, I have to keep it to a variable. So this is a variable name now, and this is your function from here to here. Now, when it is a single statement, okay, there is no point of keeping curly bracket here. Directly you can put it here. If it is a single statement, you don't need a semicolon even. See here, this is the function. Now, if you have to invoke the function, then what it is? See, it is giving, this is the arrow function. Yes or no? So in this case, it is pointing to window object. Yes or no? So this is the arrow function. Fine. Now, we are going to discuss about something called hoisting. We are going to discuss something about hoisting. What is hoisting? Okay. So in normal usual programming language, just what we do if I go to, say for example to C, C++, Java, all these things, then what we normally write, say for example, okay, integer, okay, a equals to 100, and after that system.out.println, it happens in Java, guys, okay, and I will say a. So that means, or in C language, what you do, you declare an integer a equals to 100, and after that you say printf, what it is, a equals to percentage d, yes or no, comma, what, a, or ampersand a you do, not ampersand, in scanf you give ampersand, you have to print it. That means you declare the variable first, then what you do, you use that value, but in JavaScript, that is not the case. In JavaScript, before you declare a variable, you can use it, and it don't even give an error. Okay, let's see for example. Now what I am doing, I am having a function, say I'm having a function my fun. Okay, inside this, now I want to print a value called console.log, okay, say a, variable a, and after that I am declaring variable a equals to 100,000, and after that also I want to print .log variable. See here, variable a I am defining where, here, but before defining variable a, I am trying to print it. Okay, see, let's see. So my fun, what it is giving now, what is the output, let's see. So my fun, see here. So when we invoke my fun, first console.log gave it undefined. And second console.log gave it 1000. Why? So what happens in JavaScript? Let's run it on a debug mode. Right? Let's run it on a debug mode. Okay. So if it is my fun, let's go and run this. Okay. See here. Now this is your execution context. What happens? This is your execution context. It is a global execution context. This anonymous you can see, right? So this is an execution context. Now inside this my function got invoked after that. So when my function got invoked in the call stack, okay, do you see any variable created so far in this? Not yet, right? So in this console.log a, if I go here, see, by the time a has not been assigned, where a has not been declared yet, yes or no, it has not been declared yet. So in that case, what is it is telling, a is undefined. Then after that, where a, you are creating this and you are assigning the value 1000 to this. Okay, keep checking here. This line, once it gets executed, the value will be assigned to here. Yes or no? Check now. A has been assigned with 1000. Yes or no? And after that console.log a, then by the time in the stack already value is there, in the call stack value is there. Yes or no? So a value is 1000. Now what it is doing, that means what it is doing now, if I go randomly, on the browser, okay, if I go randomly on the browser here, I will go to the developer tool and I will say go to console, close this one, and I will try to print something, say ABC. I'll print what it is telling. ABC is not defined. ABC is not defined. That means with window object, there is nothing called ABC here. There is nothing called ABC here. Yes or no? So it is telling is not defined. But if I'll declare a variable var ABC, if I declare a var ABC and I'll try to print ABC, now it is, see, at that time I was printing ABC, it was telling ABC is not defined. Now ABC is printing undefined. So there is a difference. Is not defined and undefined are not the same thing. Yes or no? Yes or no? That means what, see, now if I go to the window object, inside this C here, ABC is there. Variable is there, but there is no value assigned to this. So by default, the undefined keyword is assigned to that. Whenever you declare a variable, that means it has reserved some memory, but there is no value held in that memory so far. Okay, so it is undefined. Okay, so this is the difference between. But when this memory itself is not at all created, that variable is not at all declared, then it will tell it is not defined. So is not defined and undefined are very different things. Fine. Now in this example, if I would have done this, I have not declared at all this one. I have not declared at all this one. Right? I have not declared at all this one. Okay. No need of debugger also. I have not declared. This is my fun. Then what will the output now? My fun is going to give you what? Anyone? Can you ping me? Error. What error? What is the error? Reference error. Check here what it is doing. It is telling reference error. A is not defined. The same thing. Yes or no? That means, so do you see this is a similar case? This is a similar case like this. Reference error. ABC is not defined. That means it is equivalent to you have declared a variable, you have which you are trying to print a variable which is not at all in the memory. Yes or no? But in this case, when you printed, then it is assuming that var a has been declared. So now this function, whatever the output it gave, I'm going to tweak it a little bit. So what was the function earlier? This was the function. This was the function. And when you called my fun, okay, it is the debugger, right? Let's run it. Go to the console. Okay, it gave undefined and 1000. Okay, I'm going to change this function a little bit. Now I will do what? I will declare var a. And after that, I will do a equals to 1000. Let's see what is happening. Let's see what is happening. Now, if I call this my function, then in this case, see here, I came here. Okay, maybe we could have refreshed it. It is already taking from the window. Okay, anyway, let's run this one more time. We'll refresh this one and we'll run. Okay, refresh this one and run my fun. Now come here. When you come here, see here, we are in the debugger, but already what it is telling? A is undefined. That means a variable, it is doing a pre-scan. It is doing a pre-scan or pre-run. It is called pre-execution. Before the execution starts, before the global execution context, this is the global execution context starts. Okay. Before the global execution context starts, it will do a pre-execution and it will check how many variables are there and it will keep the variable ready. A is undefined. By the time it comes here, variable A, see, from debugger directly it came to A, because when you declare like something, it comes under a pre-scanning, okay, or pre-processing. Like, what are the preprocessors? Have you heard of preprocessor in C++? hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. They are preprocessors. Like in JavaScript also, JavaScript runtime environment, this is right. Yes or no? In this also pre-processing happens, and it will take whichever the variable you have declared, it will scan them, and for them memory it will occupy. So it is undefined so far. By the time it comes here, it is still undefined. You have not assigned any value. So it gave a equals to undefined. And then after that, a equals to 1000 you are assigning. Then it will assign 1000 to that. Then it is going to print. Okay. So then you can say that this function is equivalent to this. Yes or no? That means this is called hoisting. What do you mean by hoisting? When you have declared a variable in JavaScript, if you define it later, before that also you can use that variable. You can use that variable because it will be pre-scanned. It will be pre-scanned. It will be hoisted. Flag hoisting. Yes or no? That means uplifting, right? Uplifting. So whenever you declare such thing, the interpreter will
Hello,
interpret in
hello
such way.
sir, hello
Yeah.
sir. Good afternoon sir. Sumit here.
Good afternoon, Sumit. Tell me.
सर कितना टाइम हो गया शुरू हुए?
It has been, you don't know, 3 o'clock it was supposed to start, but 3:15 we started.
मतलब 3:15 बजे शुरू हो गया था.
No, it's not
ओ,
like that. You can go and mute. Let's not disturb others. Okay. Got it? So hoisting means what? It is uplifting a variable. When you declare a variable, actually it splits its declaration part to the top of the what? A function or a JavaScript. Okay, that is called hoisting. So that means it will take it in two phases. When you say var a equals to 1000, okay, it will be when interpreter interprets. We had talked about abstract syntax tree. Do you remember? Abstract syntax tree? Yes or no? So abstract syntax tree will do what? It will be a lexical analysis, and it will be doing what? All variable declaration it will take to the top while interpretation happens. Yes or no? So variable A you can declare here, and after that the assignment will be, so this, when you write a function like this will be apprehended by the runtime environment, JavaScript runtime environment in this way. This is called hoisting. Okay, so this is a what? Variable hoisting. Likewise, there is something called method hoisting. Let's check one example. I will go here. Where it is? It is not the one. This is the one, right? I'll go here. I'll create here. Okay. What I'll create here? I'll create, say, for example, hello HTML is there. Hi HTML. Hi.html. Okay. Hi.html. Okay. So in this, Sumit, you can go through the recordings if you have missed out something. Okay.
ऑलराइट सर. काफी
Okay.
मिस हो गया क्या मेरा सर?
नहीं ज्यादा मिस नहीं हुआ है, but you know the timing
कितना?
why you are joining late. 15-20 minutes you have missed. You can go through the recording, no issues.
ऑलराइट सर, ऑलराइट सर.
Okay. So now what I am going to do, I am just going to have a normal HTML file. This is an HTML. Okay, this is a HTML. Now tell me HTML. Okay, so inside this, how you are going to define your script? You inside HTML you may have a head. Yes or no? This is the head, and this is the body part. This is the body part. Yes or no? Now tell me script where you can add here. You can add in head or you can add in body. Sumit. Okay, you can ask tomorrow. After the session you can ask.
सर ये पूछ रहा था जैसे कि मुझे अभी रिकॉर्डिंग के बाद कभी कुछ पूछना हो थोड़ा सा तो
You can
नेक्स्ट लेक्चर थोड़ा बहुत.
next in the next
थैंक यू
session.
सर.
Okay,
श्योर सर.
no
थैंक यू वेरी
problem.
मच.
No problem. Okay, now see here. It is, so I can write script anywhere. Yes or no? So let's try to write it here. Script. This is the script tag, right? This is the script tag. Okay. There is the script tag. Okay. Now your browser understands only 3 languages. What are those? What are those? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Nothing else, right? Okay. Now inside this, I'm going to write, say for example, a function. Okay, a function. Okay, in increment by 100. Can I write something like this? A function. I can define a function increment by 100. Okay. Then what I will do? What I will do here? Inside this function, I am writing a variable, for example, x. X equals to, say for example, it is 1000. 1000. X equals to 1000. Okay. And inside this, I want to say, say for example, x equals to x plus 100. And I want to print it also, for example, console.log. Okay. I want to print the value x. Now see where I am declaring the variable. I am supposed to declare the variable here, right? Yes or no? Here I am supposed to declare. So now if I have to invoke this, what I will be doing? I'm creating a button. What I'm doing, I'm creating a button input. Yes or no? Type is, say for example, it's a button. Yes or no? Button. And value I can give, say click. Yes or no? Click to increase. Okay. Click to increase. And I am binding on-click event. On-click event. Yes or no? On-click event. What I'm going to do? I'm going to register this function for this event. On-click. Yes or no? Yes or no? So I can call it inside this also. Is it okay? Can I call like this? No? No or yes? So go and reveal it on Explorer. Directly go and reveal it on Explorer. See here, it is a click. Go to inspect in console. Nothing is there. Yes or no? If I'll say click, then what it is giving me? 1100. Yes or no? Initially its value was 100, 1000. It gave me 1100. Yes or no? Then again click, it give me 1200. Again click, it gives me 1300. Again click, it gives me 1400. Again click, it gives me 1500. Yes or no? Now if I'm declaring this variable by mistake below this, then what will happen? Then what will happen? I'll reload this. I'm going to reload this one. I'm going to reload this one. Okay. So now where your variable has been declared? Below the function. Below the function. Yes or no? Right? Below the function. Then in that case, what if I click, what will happen? If I click, it will work again. Yes or no? Why? Why? Because what happens whenever there is a function? See, this is a, so this variable declaration has been on top. This variable declaration has been on top. And in the first load, all this will be loaded to the memory. But by the time you click, so it got loaded. It got loaded here. Refresh, it got loaded. Yes or no? If I'm going to my window object, see here, this is my window object, right? Yes or no? This is my window object. See, so many things. Yes or no? This is a very big class. You may have values, you may have variables. Yes or no? So now in this, what I will do, let's rename it so that now let me, it is difficult to do something like this. Now by this time we have loaded this. Okay. Do you have a x variable here? Do you have X variable here? See, it is 1000. See, it is loaded. So far, you have not invoked this function. Has this function been invoked? No, it is not yet invoked because I have not clicked on this. In window object, if you see here, okay, increment by 100 is already there. Why? Because you have already added in script. So that means it is a part of this window object. It is a part of this window object. Likewise, if you see here, do you find a X variable? See here, X equals to 1000. X equals to 1000. So at the loading time, now if you see, apprehend it in such a way that no, var X we have declared below and function we have declared above. But the function, did it get called on the first load? When this got loaded to the browser, DOM object, this is a document object model, right? This is the HTML site, this is the HTML DOM. If you go here, your document, this is the document object, right? On the JavaScript side, who represents the DOM? This is the DOM. Inside this, what is there? Script is there. Yes or no? The script has been already loaded in the document, though it has not been invoked. That means var X has already been assigned. Are we getting it? Okay. So now in this case, next when I click, by the time X is already there, so it is 1100. So this is called what? Variable hoisting. How we can make it a function hoisting? How we can make it a function hoisting? I'm going to call increment by 10 caller. I'm going to increment by 10, or forget about this. We will see about this. Okay. I have done like this. Now, if I have to invoke this, where I can invoke increment by 100. This is the function invocation, right? This is the function invocation. Yes or no? Now go and run this. What it is giving? It is giving not NaN. Why it is giving NaN? Why it is giving NaN? Anyone? Can anyone tell me why it is giving NaN? X equals to X plus 100. By this time, X was, so if you want to go for debug, then better make it a debugger. Why it is going for this? It is undefined plus 100. Very good. It is X was undefined by that. Undefined plus any number will give you what? If you are having undefined, 5 plus 10 gives you what? 15. Yes or no? Yes or no? Then I will give 5 plus undefined. What it is going to give me? It is going to give me not a number, right? So likewise, when you load this, let me save this. Is it saved? It is in HTML, so it is difficult to go there. Now HTML has been loaded. Yes or no? So this is the HTML code. See, debugger has come here. Yes or no? Put the debugger. Now go inside this, run this debugger. See, by the time it comes here, global execution context has been started. Yes or no? This is the global execution context. Increment by 100. By this time, X variable is where? Below. Yes or no? So when you are here, at that time, what is the value of X now? Undefined. By the time it is undefined, right? X value is undefined. Or you can say also window.x. It is undefined because it is not yet executed. So undefined plus 100 will be assigned to X. Is going to give you what? Undefined only. Yes or no? See here. So X is undefined here. Okay. X plus 100. Okay. So undefined plus 100 is not a number. But after that, till now, see, X value is not yet assigned. Till now, window.x is giving, now window.x has been overridden with NaN, not a number. Now after this gets assigned, then it is going to override with 1000. This execution done. Now window.x is going to give how much? It is giving 1000. Did you understand? Okay. So, but the function call could happen here. Yes or no? Function call could happen here. Okay. Let's make it simple. Okay, let it run. Now what I am doing, I am keeping it here. So what we are doing, you have defined the function. You have defined the function here. Okay. Forget about this. Let's talk about function hoisting. Okay. It is a console.log. It is a console.log hello all. Now see here, where is the function definition? Below. And where you are executing before defining the function. Function you are defining below, but above it you are calling this. So this is called a what? Function hoisting. So reload this. Let it finish first. Okay. Go here. So see here, hello all. It is calling hello all. It is calling hello all. Yes or no? Go and run this. Do you still have a debugger? We had put debugger at that time, right? Okay. Remove it. Now go to the console. Refresh this. It is calling hello. That means you define a function anywhere, but before defining it also you can call this. Such kind of thing is called function hoisting or what? Method hoisting. So there are two type of hoisting. There are two type of hoisting. Okay. One is called, this is JavaScript engine. Okay. So hoisting, what are the concept of hoisting you learned? Okay. One is called variable hoisting. And second one is called method hoisting. What is a variable hoisting? What is a variable hoisting? When you declare a variable, okay, so I'm trying to print something console.log a, and after that I'm declaring var a equals to 10. This is called function hoisting. In this case, what will be the output? In this case, what will be the output? It will not say not yet defined. It is reference error won't come. It will say undefined. Yes or no? And after doing that, if you print, then it is a normal one. This is a normal one. And it is say a is going to give you 10. Yes or no? So this is variable hoisting. This is variable hoisting. Sorry. This is variable hoisting. Okay. Then what is method hoisting? Method hoisting is before you define a method or a function, you can call it. You can call this. Say for example, okay. Say you are having a function, okay, show. Okay. And inside this you say console.log I am running the show. Okay. And here you say show. You are invoking this. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. You can do this. So before the definition, if you are trying to invoke a function, that is called function hoisting. Okay. And how it is now interpreted, apprehended, we understood. Okay. Fine. So if I want to print something, let, have you heard of let? Have you heard of let? Let is a ES6 concept. Yes or no? Where I am going? This is our workspace. Sorry, my bad. Okay, this is high, right? So now what I am doing inside this JavaScript, I am doing, for example, console.log. Okay, a. I am printing, and I am printing here var a equals to 100. And after that, console.log a, I am printing one more time. Then what will the output? If I run this, what will the output? If I run this, what will the output? Can you ping me quickly? If I run this, what will the output? First one will be what? I didn't close other things. So first one will be undefined. Second one will be what? 100. Right? First one will be undefined. Second one will be 100. Undefined and 100. Yes or no? Now, if I will go and declare let rather than var, I will declare let here. Let is under what? It is what kind of scope? Anyone? Is it a block scope or it is a functional scope? It is a block scope. Yes or no? Block scope. Now what will the output here? What will the output here? So something is called temporal dead zone. Something is called temporal dead zone. We are going to talk about this. Okay. What is a temporal dead zone? So temporal dead zone is something. This var and let are different when it comes to a concept called TDZ. Temporal dead zone is what? A variable cannot be read or cannot be picked up before it is what? It is declared. So in such scenario, it is going to give a reference error. Like, so if I'm going to give let a equals to 100 and I'm going to run this, then it is telling reference error cannot access a before initialization C, because let is a ES6 concept and it follows temporal dead zone. Temporal dead zone. Okay. So temporal dead, today I'm not understanding. What, Sumit?
सर कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा, आज मेरे मेरे सर के ऊपर होकर निकल रहा है।
Why you joined late? बाकी दिन समझ में आता है?
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा, अच्छे से आता है सर। तभी
Okay.
तो क्लास डेली कर रहा हूँ। आज पता नहीं कैसे हो गया। अब थोड़ा बाद में हेल्प लगेगी आपकी, थोड़ा मैं
No
वीडियो
problem.
देख लूँगा।
Not a
सॉरी
problem.
सर।
Not a problem. Okay.
He can see the recording now.
He is telling that he is joined late because he is the one, he asks many questions. He understands the concept. Today he is not able to understand because he joined late. Sumit, don't worry. Go through the recordings. You can go through and you can understand things. Okay. मैंने बोला था that we are starting with the advanced concepts. You people have to join. You will join late, and if you are not understanding, what can I say there? उतना difficult भी चीज नहीं समझाया जा रहा है. You cannot understand. Getting it?
Sumit, if you have any doubts after seeing the records, please ping me back. Okay.
श्योर सर, श्योर।
Okay. Thank you.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
Don't think that you have lost something. Try to see. You know other Java concepts, right? You know better than anyone, maybe. Okay. Then why? If you missed 10 minutes, that doesn't mean that you cannot understand the further things. Okay. Fine. So try not to miss the sessions. Even not even 5 minutes, 10 minutes, isn't it? Okay. Good. Fine, guys. So see here. If I'm declaring a var here, in that case, what it is happening? It is getting undefined and 100. But same thing when I'm putting let here, in that case, what is happening? In that case, it is telling cannot access a before initialization. This is due to a concept called temporal dead zone. It is called temporal dead zone, TDZ. Okay. So when you do the same thing, okay, when you do the same thing, console this rather than var, it is let. Okay. So in that case, what it is going to give? Here itself, it is going to say that reference error. Here it is going to say reference error. Okay. So in this case, and it will not go here also. It will not go here also because it is part of the script. Yes or no? So it is due to temporal dead zone. TDZ it is called TDZ. Okay. So let variable won't get, like, you cannot use like var, okay, before initializing this. And this restriction has been imposed in the ES6 concept. This is a ES6 concept. ES6. Fine. Okay. Now, what hoisting else are there? There is also a class, like, you can declare a class in JavaScript, right? But okay, so in that case, what happens? A class, if you are declaring, sorry, go back here. I should close that. Okay. I can declare here. Rather than this, I am declaring now. How you declare a class? Tell me. Class, say my class. My class. Yes or no? Inside this, I am having a show method. I am having a show method, and inside this console.log, hello all. Hello all. Right? This is a normal class. Then after that, what you do? You declare a var, okay, class object, or say object, you can say object. How you are going to do that? You can say new my class, right? Then after that, what you are going to invoke? You are going to invoke show method, object dot show. It's correct only, right? Yes or no? You can call like this. So go and run this now. Go and run this now. Hello all, it is invoking. So now the same thing, what I am going to do? I will declare, see, I am declaring var object equals to new my class. Can I do this before? Can I do this before? If I am doing this, what you are expecting? The hoisting, this is class hoisting. Yes or no? This is a class hoisting. Now, is it, what will be the output? What will the output? See here. It is telling again, cannot access my class before initialization. So for class, okay, hoisting does not work. Hoisting does not work. Variable you can declare. You can do this. You can do this. Okay. You can declare a variable object before the class, but you can initialize it after the class. Now, what will happen? What will happen now? It will call, but the earlier one, that means before you define the class, before you provide the class definition, if you are trying to create an instance of it, then it is going to be a reference error. So class hoisting is not possible. Okay, class hoisting is also not possible. It is also a kind of what? TDZ, temporal date zone. Yes or no? Fine. So next. So there are many things in this. Like if I am having a constant, then how it behaves? For constant, you can declare a constant means once it is declared, it will be apprehended. It is a pre-processing. It is a pre-processing. So class leads to a reference error. Reference error. Fine. Class hoisting leads to a reference error. Fine. Okay. So this is all about hoisting. Now, any doubt? No doubt. What if we use const? Very good question. What if we use const? So if you are using const here, if you are using, let me close this. Seriously, this is. So your question is, what if I am using const here, right? You are having a const a, right? Const, okay. You meant to say you are console.log a, okay, and you declare var const a equals to 5 and console.log a. Now guys, can you tell me, can anyone tell me here what will happen here? What will the output? Would it be undefined and a, undefined and 5? Sumit says 5. Which one is 5, Sumit? One is 5 or both will be 5? 5 and 1.
नहीं, मतलब पहला वाला console.log a किया है और दूसरे फिर उसके बाद const a is equal to 5 किया है, फिर उसके बाद console.log a, तो वो उसकी वैल्यू 5 होगी, ऊपर वाला की वैल्यू 5 नहीं होगी.
So Purushottam also says undefined and guys, one thing, when you are declaring a variable, a, that means it may be changed. Variable a is 5, means 5 may become 10. But when something you are declaring as a constant, its value is fixed. It won't change, right? It won't change. It won't change. Okay, you can ping, Sumit. You can ping, not a problem. Okay. So now see here, const a is 5. That means you have declared a constant. So your processor, your JavaScript runtime engine knows, that this is a constant. This is a constant. Yes or no? It cannot be modified further. Yes or no? It cannot be modified further. Sorry. It cannot be modified further. Yes or no? So if I run this one, what is happening? Console.log a. Console.log a. Yes or no? And the first console, I have done that. Cannot access a before. Now see here. See here. Now, if it is a constant value, okay, then it will be done what? It will be when it will be executed at the time initialization will happen. So in this case, what it is telling? Cannot access a before initialization. Cannot access a before initialization, because that statement when it is being declared constant, when it is being declared, then only after that only it will be used. Yes or no? But see here the messages. It is telling reference error, cannot access a before initialization. If I'm putting late and run this, then it is telling cannot access a before initialization. If I put var and run, then it is telling undefined and 5. So this hoisting, the hoisting works for variable and function. Okay, it does not work for let and const. It does not work for let and const. Are we fine? Can we go to the next concept? Okay, Kamal is asking, can we write const a then assign a equals to 5? Okay, good question. So when you are writing const a, okay, now see here, go and try it in the normal wizard. Okay, go and try it in the normal wizard. Okay, now where a you are writing, a equals to 5 you are writing, then a you print 5. I'm writing const b. What it is telling? Missing initializer in const declaration, because this lexical operation cannot be splitted. When it is a constant, it knows that JavaScript runtime engine knows that once you declare a constant there, at that time, after that, whatever the value it is initialized, then and there it will be initialized, because further it cannot be assigned with new value. If you try to do something like later b equals to 5, after declaring a constant, it won't allow. It won't allow you. Yes or no? It won't allow you. So for that, what it is telling? Missing initializer in constant declaration. Okay. So when you are declaring, and it is a syntax error as well. It is a syntax error. Okay. So when you are declaring a constant, better you have to assign the value there only. Yes or no? You have to assign the value there only. Otherwise, it will behave like, see, this b. Okay. This b. This b and this b. It is like this b, your b equals to 5 you are doing. Now, it is a different variable. It is not that same variable. Don't think this got failed. It is like I can declare randomly, I can declare say p equals to hello. I can do this or not? Would it allow me or not? Tell me. If I'm doing p equals to hello, would it allow me or not? Allow? Or do I need to write var p equals to, see, now p? Or did I have to write only like if I do like this, then only it will work? No, right? No. So this b equals to 5 later you did, it worked in that way. Okay. It didn't. So when you are declaring a constant, then and there only you have to assign. You cannot assign it later, because it is not a hoisting concept. Hoisting concept is not allowed. It falls in a temporal dead zone. Got it? Good. Okay. Fine. Now, next one is what we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss about closure. We are going to discuss about closure. Okay. So, next concept is, any doubt, guys? Okay, Sumit.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt? Are you getting it
हेलो
now?
सर मेरे अभी कुछ इस टॉपिक पे कुछ भी समझ नहीं आया, तो मैं इसका रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो जो मेरे को मिलेगा लिंक में वो देखूंगा।
ओके,
उसके बाद मैं कवर कर लूंगा, लेकिन अभी जो टॉपिक कराएंगे वो मैं अच्छे से समझूंगा।
ओके, फाइन, गुड, thank you.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
In from your batch, most of the people are not there today. Most of the people are not there today. Okay, Sagar is not there, Geeta is not there. There are 3-4 people are not there.
सागर को बोला था मैंने आने के लिए, सागर
Okay,
सागर भी वीडियो ही देखेगा,
fine,
कोई इशू
fine,
नहीं है।
fine, no problem. Okay, now, so let's go back now. So closure, what is a closure? What is a closure? Okay, now if we define a function within another function, if we define a function,
सर एक चीज, सर एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा।
हाँ,
इससे पहले आपने क्या बताया था अभी?
hoisting.
होस्टिंग। सर क्लोजर को समझने के लिए होस्टिंग समझना ज्यादा जरूरी है या क्लोजर और होस्टिंग अलग अलग है दोनों?
नहीं, जरूरी नहीं है, डोंट थिंक इन दैट वे,
ठीक है,
कोई जरूरी नहीं है। ओके, हाँ, ओके, फाइन। So what is a closure? What is a closure? Before understanding closure, okay, we'll try to understand inner function. Inner function. What is inner function? We'll try to understand, then we'll go to closure. Okay, fine. So now, for example, I'm having a function. Here. Function say outer. Okay, I'm having a function called outer. Inside this, I want to have a function inner. Right? I want to have a function inner. So now, if I want to invoke this, I can invoke this function. I can invoke this function like this. Yes or no? I can invoke this function like this. Right? I can invoke this function like this. Okay. Okay. Now, in this case, if I'm going to invoke outer, what will be the output? What will the output? Nothing, right? I don't have anything. Okay. Sorry about that. So I am just going to write something called console.log. Okay. I am inner function, right? I'm inner function, and here you write console.log. I am outer function. Okay, I'm outer function. Now tell me, if I'm calling outer, what it is going to give me? Sorry. Did I call outer anytime? No. Outer function. What will the output, guys? What will the output? First, I am outer, then I am inner, right? I am outer, then I am inner. Can I call this like this? Can I call this like this? Can I call this like this? Is it possible to call it like this? Yes or no? So then what it will print? First it will print inner, then outer. Where I have the definition? I have the definition here. I'm invoking it where? Before that. Then don't you think, would it allow or not? Would it allow me or not? Which concept this follows? If you are calling, invoking a function before the function definition, then what happens? It is called hoisting. What kind of hoisting it is? It is a method hoisting. It is a method hoisting. Yes or no? Okay, fine. So that means if you are invoking this, you are going to get first one is I am inner, because you are calling inner first, then it is going to outer. Yes or no? Okay. Okay. Now, fine. So now if I am going to have, so see here, let's go and have a function. I am having a function outer. I'm calling a function outer. Inside this, I'm having a function. I'm having, for example, a variable a here I am passing. Okay. Then after that, I'm taking an inner function inner, and I'm taking b. And finally, I am going to do what? I am going to say console. I am going to return a into b. I'm going to return a into b. So, and in this case, rather than invoking inner function, I'm return inner. So return inner function I'm doing. Can I do this? Can I do this return inner function? Is it allowed? No. Why?
फंक्शन को रिटर्न करा रहे हैं. रिटर्न मतलब फंक्शन को इन्वोक नहीं हो रहा है, रिटर्न हो रहा है. मतलब तो रिटर्न तो वैल्यू होगी शायद.
It is the value. Function call is needed. Yes or no? So here, see here, return inner. This guy is returning the inner function. Outer function is returning the inner. Then inner function is returning a into b. Now if I am calling outer, how I'll call outer? Outer 5 is going to give me what? It is going to return another function. It is going to return another function. It's okay. Let it return.
Function body.
Fine. No issue. But will it allow or not? Outer 5 is going to return what? The inner function. It is going to return the inner function. Function B return a into b. Yes or no? Okay. That means, can I say outer 5, it is returning me the inner function. So I can store it to a var inner function equals to say outer 5. Outer 5. Yes or no? Outer 5. So in this inner function, now it is what? It is holding the inner function. Yes or no? So that means what? It is returning inner function. And a function, when it is returned and it is assigned to a variable, then that function is called what? That function is called what? That function is, when you assign a function to a variable, what it is called, guys? It is a first class function. What is higher order function? Kamal.
First class function.
It is a first class function only, right? This is a first class function. So that means now inner function, how I can invoke inner function? Inner function. That means whom you are calling inside this? Inner function only. Inner function only. Now, if I'm going to pass 10 to this, that means whom it is going to call? Inner function only. Inner function already, outer function 5 we had passed, and this has returned this inner function. So 5 we had passed, and after that you are passing 10. Then it is giving me what? 10 into 550. See here.
सर एक चीज पूछनी थी. जैसे फंक्शंस, आउटर फंक्शन आप बनाया, डिक्लेयर किया, उसमें ए पैरामीटर दे दिया, और उसके फिर फंक्शन उसमें कर दिया, इनर फंक्शन बी में कर दिया, और रिटर्न में ए टू बी किया. अब वो इसको हमने फर्स्ट क्लास फंक्शन बना दिया आउटर में, तो ये 10 का 50 कैसे आया जब हमने कोई
ओके वेट. अभी मेरे को बताओ, if I am calling this
मतलब
outer function,
इसका जो
wait, let me answer your question. Okay, let me answer your question. Okay, I am teaching you two concepts here. One is function calling, another one is closure. Okay, first one, outer में pass किए 5, it went inside, but this guy is returning what? Inner function. तो inner function को इसमें क्या करते हो? Inner directly you can invoke. So can I invoke like this 10? Is it? Did you understand this? Outer function is returning inner function. This inner function is taking another variable, right? So 10 you are passing here. See, I am sitting in outer. I am giving outer 5. Outer 5 is returning me what? Inner function itself it is returning me. But inner function is taking another argument. So I am passing 10. Now 10 into 5. Inside this is it is 5 into 10 is 50. If I am passing 5 into 2, it is going to give me 10. If I am passing 5 into 100, it is going to give me 500. Are you understanding this? Are you understanding this? Not completed?
कंप्लीटली नहीं आया, लेकिन मैं समझूंगा इसे बाद में अच्छे से और फोकस करके।
Let's discuss it one more time. Let's discuss it one more time. Now, what this guy is doing? This guy is, forget about something is there. It is returning what? Function, outer function is returning what? An inner function. Inner function, देखो, it is actually what I am discussing. I am discussing two concepts. One is यहाँ पे, one is closure. One is closure. Another one is function calling. Function calling. Okay, let me first explain what is function calling. If I am having, so what is function calling? What this function calling says, if I am having a function, okay, if I am having a function, it is outer, inside this I am having a function inner. Yes or no? Inside this I am having a function inner. Okay, then how this can be invoked? This can be invoked like outer and like this inner. Okay, okay, so now what it means, this means you can call this function inner function, outer function. After that, it is, if it is returning the inner function, you can call this inner function in the same flow. Okay, so two functions can be called in a row, right? Two functions can be called in a row. So in this case, what happens? What is function calling says? A function calling says that JavaScript uses a feature. I can write this function like this also. See, this is a simple form of this function. Rather than this, what I am doing, I am writing a function. Okay, multiply. I am passing a comma b, and what I am doing, I am simply returning return a into b. What it is doing? Mul, I am giving 10, 5. What it is going to give me? It is going to return 50. The same function, same function can be splitted to two functions. If you are able to write this mul AB, as mul of A and B, then this concept is called function call. This process is called function calling a function. That means here it is, function calling says what? If you are having a function like this, okay, mul AB can be written mul A and B, then this concept is called function calling. So what you achieve it, how you achieve it? So JavaScript has a feature called where a function f of a comma b can be represented like f of a and b. F of a and b. Otherwise, there is another approach to this is f of a. Okay. So here it is, rather than this, what you can say? F of, you can send call, apply, bind. Do you remember? F of bind a, and then you can say into b. Okay. So this can be achieved in two ways. Two approaches are there. There are two approaches for this. What are the approach? First one is a closure. First one is a closure by using closure, and where you are going to say f a comma b is f of a and f of b. And second one is called bind function. Do you remember bind? Yes or no? So in closure, what you are doing? In closure, what you are doing? You are telling f of a comma b is represented as f of a and f of b. Likewise in bind, what it is? F of a comma b is represented as what? F dot bind of a, then into b. So we will see now this thing. Yes or no? First one is closure. So then we will be going to the closure. What is a closure? We will discuss about that. Fine. Okay. Now let's go back to our understanding. So in this, what we have to see? Let me start in a simple way so that you will understand. If I'm jumping directly to there, you are unable to understand. This one we will go here. Let me refresh it. I'm having, say, a simple function. I'm having, say, for, okay, so function outer. I'm not having anything. Now I'm having what? Okay, here I'm having var a equals to say 10. Okay, then function inner. Inside this you are having var b equals to 20. And you say here you are writing console dot log. Okay, so multiplication is what it is here, plus a into b. Yes or no? Sorry, a into b. And how you are going to call this inner function here? Inner function. That's all right. Now tell me what will the output. Now tell me, if I am calling, if I have to call outer, inside outer inner will be called. Inside outer var a will be initialized, then this is the definition part, but it is the invocation. So when inner will be invoked at that time, the question is whether, see, var a, where you have declared, which is the scope of var a. Inside outer you have declared var a. Inside function inner, var b is there, but inside this what you are doing? A into b you are doing. So question is whether a variable a declared outside the scope of this inner function, can it be accessed inside this? Getting my point? Yes, it can. Hoisting.
सर ये होस्टिंग में ऐसा हो जाता है ना?
ये होस्टिंग नहीं है सुमित।
अच्छा, सॉरी सर।
ये होस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है। आप बोल रहे हो कि ये दिस इज डेफिनेशन एंड यू आर डोंट कोरिलेट दोज थिंग। आपके सर में बैठ गया है अभी कि I have missed that thing and everything is related to that. That is
सर ये मतलब है तो पूरा एक फंक्शन आउटर फंक्शन के अंदर ही हो रहा है, मतलब वो पूरा आउटर के ब्लॉक में है ना,
now
मतलब
let's
अगर
try to get back to the question. My question is, you can go mute, you can ping me. So I have declared a variable inside outer function and I have another function inside the outer function. And inside that inner function, I am trying to use a variable which is declared outside the scope of this function. That is, A is declared outside, but I am trying to use it. Can I use it? Yes or no? Simple. Or simpler chahiye, or simple chahiye. If you want more simple, we had been doing this 1,000 times if you correlate. Now, let me make it more simple. Var A, var P equals to 5. Okay. I'm having a function. Okay. So,
सर
wait,
उसमें
wait, wait, wait,
ये
wait. Console.log. Can I print P? If I print P, what it will show? No problem. No problem. Okay, now, if I call show, what it will do? Can I call show? If I call show, what it will do? It is printing 5. That means show is inside whom? Show is inside whom? Window. Show is inside window object. Show is also inside window. P is also inside window. Yes or no? So P is also inside window. Show is also inside window. Right? So if you see here,
सर सर एक चीज पूछ रहा था,
हाँ,
ये केवल इस कंसोल पे ही विंडो के हिसाब से काम कर रहा है, या हम किसी प्रोग्रामिंग में जब प्रोजेक्ट पे कोड करेंगे तब भी ये सेम ऐसे ही करेगा, मतलब कि अभी पी की वैल्यू का
everything,
फंक्शन से
everything.
बाहर लिखी है लेकिन उसमें हमने इन्वोक करा है।
Okay. See, now if you are using programming or not, it is the same JavaScript runtime engine, right? Yes or no? Same JavaScript runtime environment. So it does not matter whether you are writing inside program. At the end of the day, your code has to run inside the engine. At the end of the day, it has to run in the browser, and your browser interprets JavaScript in which way? Getting it? So it is what irrespective of whether you are running it here or you are running it inside program, at the end of the day, every JavaScript has to be interpreted by this JavaScript runtime environment. Got it?
सर ये इसमें पी वेर को p इक्वल टू 5 तो इस फंक्शन से बाहर लिखा है और वहाँ पे p को कंसोल करा है, तो ये विंडो ऑब्जेक्ट की वजह से हुआ है इसमें, फिर जो स्कोपिंग होती है, फंक्शनल स्कोपिंग होती है, तो उसका कोई वो नहीं है?
Because this function show and var p both are part of window object only, right? Yes or no? So if you go here, this p variable is here inside window object. Yes or no? And you have a show also, show variable. Both are under whom? Window object only. So that means as they are, so this is var p, whatever it is there, it is inside the window object. Window object is a, how you can make it a object, a functional object. Do you remember a function? You are having a function window. You are having a function window, and inside this number of things are there. And inside that you are doing a new window. Yes or no? Then it is going to give you a window object. Same way, that means it is a function. That means inside function window, what it is there? You have a var p also. Var p equals to 5 is there. Var p equals to 5 is there. Var p equals to 5. यहाँ पे declare किया means inside the window, and there is a function show. There is a function show. There is a function show. Inside this you are doing console.log p. You are doing. Now if you see this, a function window inside this var p and function show are there, and inside show you are printing this. Now let's go back to our earlier one. I am having a outer function, inside that var a is there, inside that function inner is there, var b is there, and I am trying to print a into b. Do you find any difference here? Both are similar only, right? I am confusing in function scope and block scope. Block scope, did I talk so far? Why you are going to block scope now?
नहीं सर, उसमें थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो गया था, वो पी को बाहर लिखा, फिर वो विंडो
now you
के
got it?
अकॉर्डिंग आपने.
Now you got it?
श्योर सर, श्योर सर, got it.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, see here. So that means the outer, see, var a and function inner both belong to the same parent, that is outer function, right? So in that case, if I'm going to call outer, yes or no, then what it is going to do? It is going to give you the result a equals to 10, b equals to 20. It is going to give you 200, right? So such kind of scenarios are called closures. What is a closure? What is a closure? A closure, when it is a closure, when a variable outside the function, but inside the parent it is there, and it can be used inside the inner function, then that is called a closure. That is called a what? Closure. Got it? So this is a closure. This is a closure. So we are going to achieve currying using that. Okay, this is a closure. So see here. Now I'm having now think here. Now think. Let's make it more interesting. I'm going to refresh it completely. Okay. I'm going to create var a equals to say 10, and outer here I'm going to create var b equals to 20, and here I'm going to say 30, var c, and I am going to say a into b into c. Would it work or not? You are getting my point? Are you getting my point? I have declared a var a outside outer, and after that I am declaring var b inside outer but outside inner. Then I am telling var c equals to 30. Then I am doing console.log mul is a into b into c. It will work, right? Yes or no? What will the output then? Outer, what will the output? It is 6000. Yes or no? This is due to what? This is the closure concept. What is closure? That means if a variable is just outside this function, but it is in the scope of its parent, then but it can be used inside that function. That is called a closure. Okay, that is called a closure. Now, same thing we are going to achieve in function query. It's already 4:42. Shall we do one thing? Shall we continue tomorrow? Is it okay? So
Yes, sir.
yes. Okay. Okay. So any doubts so far in this? No, right? So Sumit, tomorrow you attend in time, okay?
It's the same time, sir, class.
Huh? Same time
Same
it will
time.
be.
सर कल का आज का मेरे समझ में कुछ भी नहीं आया, मैं तो बस वीडियो देखकर समझने की कोशिश करूंगा. देन कल भी इसी टाइम क्लास होगी क्या?
यस.
3:30 पे.
कल सुमित टाइम पे ज्वाइन कर लेना. लेट मी स्टॉप द रिकॉर्डिंग.
श्योर सर, श्योर,
Okay.
100% श्योर. बाय मिस्टेक हो गया आज, सॉरी सर.
No problem. It's okay. Okay.